time for the tournament here in the state of Ohio, and if you're a team that struggled during the regular season, it is time for a fresh start. We are at Bucyrus for the Division II Sectional between the Tigers of Mansfield Senior and the TI Tigers of Galion. Our pregame show is coming up next.
Nope.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby.
It's Freedom Fest, Ohio, featuring Justin Moore,
You look like I need a drink right now.
Crowder,
God Almighty, I hope you'll find
Rodney Atkins,
makes me wanna take a back road.
Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Nice look to Denbo. Beautiful behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Being aggressive and traveling, or he's trapping.
Inside to Holloway.
2-1-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself off the glass, and Crestview comes back.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Alex Kish Memorial Gymnasium at Bucyrus High School for the Division II Sectional Semifinal between Mansfield Senior and the Galion Tigers. I am Brian Harder along with Greg Collins. Welcome to the Scout Construction pregame show. It's the Tigers versus the Tigers. We don't see this very often. In fact, these two schools haven't played since 1999, and it's the TI Tigers versus the TY Tigers.
And I'm surprised they even played in 1999, to be honest with you. But you're right. Even though the schools are relatively close, they just go different directions for non-league games. And tonight we're going to finally see which is the correct way to spell Tigers.
Well, and we're going to see two schools that we're going to say they had frustrating regular seasons. For Galion, it was an opportunity for a new coach to come in and really kind of put his stamp on the program in Ryan Stover, and he has done that. He has given them 5 wins. They went winless in each of the last 2 seasons. He is very positive about what he is trying to build here in Galion, and his first tournament game is against Mansfield Senior, a team that I think really went into this year, and especially after the opener, and we saw them against Worcester, they had a lot of high expectations, but the regular season didn't pan out really for either team the way that I think they wanted it to. Now is an opportunity to wipe the slate clean.
Well, especially for Mansfield Senior. As you said, early in the year, especially the game 1 against Worcester, it looked like Senior High was off and running. It was going to have an outstanding season. It just didn't play out that way. For whatever reason, it's a very frustrating season for the coaches, for the players, for the fans. But they start over today, 0-0, start over and get a chance to win tonight and play for a sectional championship. Now, Galion, you're right. The last couple of years, they haven't won a game. So 5 wins tells me that they're going in the correct direction. They're heading up, and they would like to continue it come tournament time.
They finished the regular season 5-17. They were 2-12 in the Mid-Ohio Athletic Conference. 2 of their wins came over winless Clear Fork. The other wins came over Northmore, Bucyrus, and Crestline. And Ryan Stover is, I think he may be the right guy for this job. He's young, he's positive, he's energetic, and he's a guy that's bringing in, we hear this word all the time. We've heard it at Madison. They're talking about culture.
Right.
He's coming in and he's trying to change the culture here at Galion, and so far he feels like the players are buying in.
Well, one of their assistant coaches, Robert Chirac, is a good friend of mine and someone that I respect a great deal. Robert played at Galion, and he's been coaching at Galion, and he talks very highly about this entire coaching staff right now. He thinks they're doing a great job of getting players interested in playing basketball, and that's what it takes. There's no question in my mind that Galion has very good athletes in the city. It's just a question, can you get them playing basketball? Can you get them interested to play basketball in the off season to improve? And it sounds like this coaching staff is going to get that done.
Now the keys for Galion, if they're going to pull this out tonight, they have to limit Mansfield Senior to 1 shot.
Well, they do. Mansfield Senior has been averaging 12 offensive rebounds a game, and we've seen the last couple of games, Friday night Ashland, Saturday afternoon Madison. They did a really good job on the offensive boards.
They also have to do, and this is something that they want to do as well, but they have to make sure they control the Tigers, the TY Tigers,
exactly.
in transition.
Well, Mansfield Senior has struggled in the half-court offense. So what better way to play them defensively and get them into a half-court offense? Stop transition, force a perimeter shot in the half-court, and Galion, I think, could have a great night.
These teams, when you talk to both coaches, they almost mirror each other in how they want to play. They want to do things defense to offense. They want to create easy baskets by creating turnovers and forcing tempo. We're going to pause now for the playing and singing of our national anthem.
attention flag.
We are back here at Alex Kish Memorial Gymnasium where the TY Tigers are getting ready to take on the TI Tigers. Now we switch over to Mansfield Senior. The keys for them to come out with a win tonight, they need to continue to attack inside.
Well, and like I said, they've struggled in the half-court offense, so the best way to combat your average perimeter shooting is get the ball to the basket, whether it's transition off a turnover, whether it's transition off a missed shot, but get out and run and get transition and try to get some easy baskets.
Now let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Galion Tigers, under the direction of head coach Ryan Stover in his first season, the backcourt, Jackson Oswald, a 5'10 senior, averages almost 9 points and 3.5 rebounds per game, and also almost 3 assists per contest. Reese Payne, who was their leading scorer last year, he scores 10 a game and grabs 4 rebounds. Stephen Glue, one of 2 sophomores in the starting lineup, along with Cooper Kent, who is their leading scorer, who averages almost 13 a game. Kent is a sophomore and is a player who can be very explosive at the offensive end of the floor. And Hudson Miller rounds out the starting 5. He averages about 10 points a game. For the Tigers of Mansfield Senior, under head coach Marquis Sykes in his 5th season, he's juggled this lineup, and he's got really, I think, his small, most athletic lineup on the floor. Carryon Lindsay, one of the guards, along with Nathaniel Haney, who is also a three-point threat. Miles Bradley, their defensive specialist. Maurice Ware, their leading scorer. And Jayante O'Brien gets the start tonight. So he really gives Marquis Sykes a very quick lineup to get up and down the floor.
And it makes you wonder if he's not going to extend the court. They have not pressed a great deal this season. Maybe now with this smaller lineup, they're going to get out, try to extend the court, try to trap a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be for a purpose of getting an up and down game because, as you said, Galion wants to get up and down the court also, but maybe to cause some turnovers and to get some create some easy baskets.
So the winner of this game will take on Shelby on Friday night, and ironically, we were partaking of a pregame meal here in Bucyrus, and Greg Galloway and his staff come in, so we know that they're here tonight trying to get a bird's eye view of who they're going to see perhaps on Friday night. Of course, they have seen the Tigers of Mansfield Senior earlier this season in a game that we did on OH Report.
And, of course, Galion's a fellow league opponent, so, yeah, he's familiar with them, but you know, it's nice to see them live, to see whoever you're going to play, what changes they have made, and if it would happen to be Mansfield Senior, we saw that game, we had that game, and it was just a difference of 2 halves. Mansfield Senior put it to Shelby in the first half, Shelby to Mansfield Senior in the second half, and won the game.
Greg Galloway told me a few weeks ago he likes this district that they're in because they have seen every team that they could potentially play, and the team that he feels gives them the most, I don't want to say fits, but probably concerns him the most from a matchup standpoint is Mansfield Senior.
Well, it's interesting to hear that because in their top of the bracket you have Lexington, which has more size than anybody else around. Mansfield Senior's got very good athletic ability. I think Galion Shelby in their league. They have Marion Harding, who has good athletic ability. River Valley, who has good athletic ability. Maybe not quite the athletic ability of a Mansfield Senior. Now, let's remember one thing. Both teams come in with 5 wins today, but Mansfield Senior, according to the Martin RPI, which is, very, very good. It's a formula that's done for the entire state of Ohio. Mansfield Senior played the 3rd most difficult Division II schedule in the state. So 5 wins, but they've been tested.
Well, and that's something that Ryan Stover told me when I talked to him today. He said you look at that 5 wins, and it is very misleading because obviously he feels that this Mansfield Senior team is a lot better than their record would indicate. So now we have all the X's and O's out of way. The question that everybody wants to know, which school spells Tigers correctly?
Well, I tell people all the time, since I coached at Mansfield, that if the Tigers win, I think in Galion they're going to have to change all the textbooks. It's got to be TY.
Mansfield Senior gets the opening tip and misfire on their first shot attempt of the ball game, and the Galion Tigers push the tempo as well. Ryan Stover told me they will look to get out and run when they have opportunities.
And both teams miss layups right off the bat.
Miles Bradley has it stripped away, and the Galion Tigers push up ahead. Both teams really kind of feeling things out here early. 3 in the air and good, and Galion goes on top first.
The sophomore, who's shooting very well from the three-point line, knocks down the first 3. Both teams shoot about 30%, which is not great, but it's not bad from the three-point line.
Deontay O'Brien from just beyond the free throw line misfires, and the Galion Tigers, I'm going to have to get away from just saying the word Tiger all night long.
Yeah. That's not going to be easy to do.
Cooper Kent, their leading scorer, only a sophomore. He was the quarterback on the football team, had a collarbone injury and missed the beginning of the season, but Ryan Stover loves the thought of if they would have had him all season long, as Miles Bradley puts Mansfield Senior on the board.
Miles Bradley, arguably the best defender the Mansfield Senior has. Right away, he gets the steal, comes over, gets a trap on this possession, almost another turnover. The Senior High scores off a turnover.
Another 3 in the air and a misfire by Kent. And up ahead to Maurice Ware and the Mansfield Senior Tigers with a 1-point lead.
Carry on Lindsay with a beautiful lob, beautiful pass.
Lindsay getting the start today. He and Deontay O'Brien inserted into the lineup. Marquise Sykes been trying all season long to find combinations, and he goes with a smaller, quicker lineup here to start the postseason.
This is where Galion, I think, has to be effective. Keep Senior High in the half court. There's a pretty good drive right there and gets to the basket, gets a layup. But keep in the half court offense and stop penetration.
Chunky Haney with a steal and a lob inside to Ware that doesn't go. Oswald with the left hand, a tough shot.
That was a tough shot. Defense was right there.
And Ware at the other end lays it up in, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
Well, I think Galion at that time, a little token defense. Didn't get in front of Maurice Ware, kind of just got around him, and Maurice did a good job, maybe a little Euro step to get around the defense to avoid the charge. Laid it in, gets a chance for a three-point play. Now, we've seen a few turnovers here early. Both teams average 14, 15 turnovers a game. That's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But if one team can force turnovers tonight, and right now Mansfield's forcing some turnovers, that's going to be a big, big advantage.
Lindsay over to Haney, who thought about the three.
We've seen him pull up and shoot that.
Haney for three. And down into the arms of Hudson Miller. The rebound falls, and a lazy outlet pass.
It was another steal by Senior High, another nice pass.
Inside to Miles Bradley, who puts it up and in, and the TY Tigers up by 6. Ball out of bounds. It will stay with Galion.
Now, both teams offensively this season, when you look at the statistics, they're shooting okay. It's defensively. They're allowing their opponents to shoot in the mid 50% range from inside the arc, which is too high if you're going to win basketball games. So both teams, we could expect some high scoring today if both teams play the way they're been playing.
Stephen Glue, the sophomore, gets his first bucket of the night and pulls the TI Tigers to within 4.
Galion still playing man-to-man here.
Brock Hill into the lineup for Mansfield Senior. That's Lindsay for 3. And Carry-On Lindsay hits from outside. And, boy, if Mansfield Senior can get hot from the perimeter, this could be a long night for Galion.
That could. And that was a nice skip pass by Maurice Ware to get an open look. Again, both teams shoot about 30% from the 3.
Traveling violation, and Mansfield Senior will get the ball. Kincaid Gimpson into the lineup, who we have seen the last couple of ball games for Mansfield Senior, has come in and given Marquise Sykes some good minutes. Nice mid-range jumper.
Exactly. He has really been the person that's received the pass when Maurice Ware penetrates and the defense just finding Maurice Ware. He has found him open for an open 10, 15-footer. Nice trap. Good steal by Galion.
Oswald with a layup, and they pull Galion to within 5.
I think that was a good call by, I think it came from the coaching staff.
Brock Hill from the elbow.
You're getting a little contribution right now from a couple of guys that don't score a lot. Brock Hill being one, Miles Bradley being the other.
Perimeter jumper no good from the outside from Glue. Maurice Ware for 3. And Gibson with a big offensive rebound puts it up and in. And Mansfield Senior with a pretty solid offensive first quarter.
It has been. They've been getting the ball to the basket, hitting 1-3, getting some offensive rebounds. Nice backdoor cut, nice backdoor pass.
Reese Payne, the senior, who was their leading scorer last year, gets the basket. And it's a 7-point game. That's Gibson. And they're going to call a Carry-On Lindsay. So another turnover and 3 fresh Tigers into the lineup for Mansfield Senior. Amon Thomas, the big guy. It'll be interesting to see now how Galion responds with Amon Thomas, the big sophomore, in the lineup for Mansfield Senior.
Yeah, and especially trying to get the ball to the basket, because Amon is certainly much more of a force defensively than he is offensively.
Misfire by Hudson Miller, and a lob up the head to Malachi Johnson, out to Brock Hill, who lays it up and in, and they made that look really easy.
They did, but that was a great job by Malachi by catching the ball in the air, knew he didn't have a shot, and made a nice pass to Brock Hill. Senior High has just been out and running, and Galion hadn't been able to catch up so far.
Maurice Ware perhaps a little too unselfish on that take. Brock Hill has it knocked away, and Hudson Miller with the turnover pushes for Galion. Up ahead, and a layup for Cooper Kent, the sophomore.
Just how you draw it up. 2-on-1. Take the ball till the defense stops you. Bounce pass to a shooter for a layup. Very nice job on the 2-on-1 transition.
Brock Hill open for 3. And the Tigers of Mansfield Senior with a 23-point first quarter, and they're up by 10.
When you get Brock Hill hitting threes, then you know it's been a good night, at least a good quarter.
Oswald wide open from the corner. And Jackson Oswald, the senior.
Did we say there might be some offense tonight? Both teams not the greatest defensively. Offensively, not bad.
Malachi Johnson trying to get it into the big guy on the block. And Jacob Legrand, the freshman who has played very well in the last couple of ball games for Mansfield Senior, into the lineup. Kincaid Gibson back in. And Maurice Ware. And they've been playing a lot of guys, especially lately. Maurice Ware able to get some rest.
Yeah. Early in the year he was not, but you talked about Jacob Legrand playing well. With 9 for 13 from the 3, and he's only played in, 3 games, I believe?
Malachi Johnson drives to the basket, fouled by Jackson Oswald. Now you look at the youth that Marquis Sykes has on this roster. They can grow through some of these growing pains, and this is over the next couple of years, could be a nice ball club.
I don't think there's any question. I think the key word is potentially they could be. Now, are they going to spend the time in the offseason? I don't know. But are they going to spend time, skill development, playing? I mean, you've got coaches over there, I know, that spent time when they were players. Are these guys going to do it as their coaches did when they were younger?
Kent drives inside, lays it up and in, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for an opportunity for a three-point play. And while Mansfield Senior has 25 points in the first quarter, Galion has put up 18.
Yeah, exactly. That was a nice move. I mean, he showed the ball to Legrand and still was strong enough just to go right up through Legrand with the ball to get the three-point shot.
Kyvie Roan into the lineup. There's Legrand for 3. And the rebound pulled down by Reese Payne, and a foul's going to be called on Kyvie Roan.
Now, a lot of teams, 49 seconds left on the clock, a lot of teams might go for the last shot of the quarter, but the way these teams are getting up and down, we might have 2 or 3 possessions for each team. Nice defense, full court pressure. They get a steal. Will Senior High hold it?
Legrand with a shot fake, drives inside, and Amon Thomas, the big fella, grabs the rebound. And the TY Tigers with a 27 spot in the first quarter.
That was a good aggressiveness by Ahmad Thomas. Comes down, gets a defensive rebound, and now they're off and running. So second possession inside a minute.
Legrand with a shot fake, and he traveled with the basketball.
And that was a good call. So Galion is going after their second. I say it's amazing. Some teams will hold the ball in the last 49 seconds. Here we're going on our second possession for Galion. We've already had 2 for Mansfield Senior. Will Galion hold for the last shot?
Kent puts it on the floor. Ball batted away by Legrand. He goes the other way with 8 seconds. Behind his back, lays it up and in. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line. He's a freshman, right?
Yeah. And, what we've seen in the prior 2 games is standing and shooting. We did see one pump fake floater. Here he takes the ball strong to the basket. Nice crossover to get a little bit of a cushion and get to the basket.
The TY Tigers with a 30-point first quarter and a steal. They can get more. Yet. Johnson inside the three-point line. It doesn't go. And the first quarter in the books, the Tigers of Mansfield Senior with an 11-point lead. As we head to the second, you're watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. Welcome back to our coverage of the Division II Sectional Tournament. Mansfield Senior with a 30-point first quarter, and they are ahead 30-19 as we head to the second. Cooper Kent with an offensive rebound, lays it up and in, so the sophomore scores the first bucket of the second. Inside to a wide-open Jayonte O'Brien.
Miscommunication that time by Galion.
Miles Bradley with a steal. Miles Bradley misfires, but Maurice Ware there to clean up the mess.
Just showed his athletic ability that time with a good follow.
Fusion for three. Cooper Kent on Jayonte O'Brien, who did a nice job of cutting off the baseline. Another missed perimeter shot, and the TY Tigers come the other way.
This is the kind of offense that a lot of players like to play in. If you're both teams, if you've got a little bit of an opening, go ahead and fire it, baby. Go ahead. Just go ahead and jack it up there. And, you know, a lot of coaches will say, hey, pass up the good shot for a great shot. These guys, let's get the good shot. We'll take any.
Miles Bradley misses, grabs an offensive rebound, and he is fouled. Miles Bradley, a All-Ohio football player for the Tigers, and he provides senior leadership and a toughness and a defensive presence for the basketball Tigers.
He does, and certainly he's their best defender. Unfortunately, I don't think it's rubbed off on everybody yet. Senior High does not play as good a defense as probably Coach Sykes would like them to play. You know, offensively they're not bad. They're okay, but defensively they have just struggled. If there's anything they'd like to fix offensively, it'd be fewer turnovers.
Misses both free throws. First two misses from the line for the TY Tigers on the night. A quick shot at the other end by Payne doesn't go.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Quick shot.
Nice look to O'Brien, who lays it up, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line.
One of the keys that we talked about prior to the game for Galion, stop Mansfield's transition. They have not done that yet. Mansfield's been able to get out and run, been able to get out and get too many good looks. I mean, point blank right at the basket.
Well, and you also talked about Mansfield Senior attacking the basket. O'Brien is the fifth Tiger, TY Tiger, to go to the line already here in the first half.
Yeah. You be aggressive like that, you're going to get fouled, you're going to go to the line.
Lindsay from the corner. Well, I tell you what, the
nice
TY
pass.
Tiger, unselfishly, Miles Bradley gets a basket and a timeout taken by Ryan Stover as this one's starting to get out of control for the TI Tigers. And he just wants to stop the bleeding here, and you see a lot of unselfishness here by the TY Tigers early.
Well, you do, but you also see from Galion some turnovers where they're dribbling too much with defensive hands right in their face. I mean, you've got to be able to pass the ball, or if you're going to dribble, go someplace with the dribble. You can't dribble in one spot. Mansfield's too good. They're going to steal that.
This attack that the TY Tigers have put on here in the first half is kind of reminiscent going back to that Worcester game. They're doing everything with their defense. They're pushing the ball up the floor. They're getting contributions from a lot of different guys.
Well, they are. And just like Worcester, Worcester tried to run with them, and Mansfield was successful. Galion's trying to run, and I know that's their game. I just think so far it's obvious that Mansfield tonight is just better at running than Galion is. And to be honest, Galion's taking a fair share of perimeter shots.
Oswald has it go off his feet. And the TY Tigers with numbers, and Maurice Ware with a layup. And the TY Tigers with 40 with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Oh, good. Okay.
Shot by Jayante O'Brien blocked.
I was about ready to say good block, good defense, but, I'm about 95 feet away, so I guess the referee probably had a better view than I did.
Reese Payne, the senior, at the line. He was their leading scorer a year ago, averaged 10 a game. And
as a team, very impressive. Galion shoots 70% from the free throw line. That is impressive. We've seen so many teams in the 50s or maybe just hit 60. To be a team to shoot 70, very, very good.
As a team, they are 3 for 3 tonight. Malachi Johnson from outside. And he said, forget the free throw line, I'm going to hit a 3.
Well,
every Tiger at the offensive end for Mansfield Senior has really played well when you think about it. They've gotten offensive contributions from everybody.
Well, it's a little easier to shoot the perimeter 3 when you have an up-and-down game, when you know you get a lot of possessions. In a game where you have limited possessions and every shot counts, those are a little bit more pressure.
Glue with a tough shot inside, and the ball goes out of bounds. It will stay with Galion.
We haven't seen this kind of an offensive output all season, have we? 43 points with still 4 plus to go in the quarter.
Well, they're going to get the ball back. Another turnover. Elias Owens into the lineup, so more size in for Mansfield Senior. Owens, a 6'5" sophomore.
Looked like Galion was going with a little zone pressure that time.
Maurice Ware with the drive.
They just allowed him to get to the basket. He's certainly one guy you can't just let get to the basket. He's going to finish.
He'll get the blocking call at the defensive end. But as we have seen all season long, Maurice Ware, no, they're going to get the charge.
Yeah. So Maurice Ware takes the ball to the basket at this end, takes the charge down at the other end.
Mansfield Senior 45, Galion 23. Brian Harder, Greg Collins from Bucyrus High School, the winner of tonight's game, will take on Shelby on Friday. And so far, the Tigers are in good shape.
Yeah, they look good. They look good so far. Better ball movement. I remember earlier in the year where the ball was always sticking. Right now I see so much better ball movement, ball reversal by.
And Maurice Ware tried to put an exclamation mark on the possession, and we've seen that from him this year.
Well, again, because of good ball reversal, the lane opened up. And when that lane opens up and Maurice has the ball in his hands, you think his eyes get big? Yeah. Same thing with when I see a chocolate chip cookie. My eyes get big and I'm just ready to attack.
Well, the night isn't over yet.
No, it's not. It's not.
There's still a chance for the dunk, and there's probably still a chance for the cookie.
Well, yeah, there you go. Galion is just not getting in front of anybody from Mansfield. They're allowing too much dribble penetration. There's an example with a strong hand right to the basket.
TY Tigers a little quick or late getting back, but Maurice Ware with a long outlet to Owens.
Yeah. Owens, another guy I remember seeing on the football field. I remember an interception he had earlier in the year, so he could catch that long pass.
Boy, the Galion Tigers just really looking for answers. Reese Payne put it on the floor. And a foul on the TY Tigers as Amon Thomas and Marquise just rotating fresh bodies in and out all throughout the first half. And the Galion Tigers really don't have an answer.
Which is what he's been doing for the games that we've seen. One of my favorite people in the team is in right now, J.J. Shaw, just a great, great person.
49-23, Mansfield Senior in control with under 3 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, we've talked about Mansfield Senior with a big, big quarter. But defensively, they've only allowed 4 points so far. So defensively, they've picked it up this quarter.
Ware inside to Thomas, who lays it up and in. And it's almost turning into a layup drill.
It is. It almost reminds you of some open gyms during the summer.
The Galion Tigers finished the regular season 5-17, and over the last 2 seasons prior to this one, they hadn't won a game. So Ryan Stover came over from River Valley. He was their freshman coach and the varsity assistant, and came in and talked about building culture and developing players. And right away, one of his best players was out with an injury, and I could see the look in his face. It's like if we would have had him all season long, things could have been a lot different. But he likes the direction this program is going. He loves this sophomore class. He's got 2 sophomores in the starting lineup. Cooper Kent, his leading scorer, is a sophomore.
Right. So the key is going to be, again, I say it all the time, what are these kids going to do during the offseason? Are they going to continue to work at their game and get better? Because they could be a much, much better team next year.
Brock Hill from outside hits a long-range jumper.
That's his second 3 of the night. You know they're feeling it when Brock knocks down a couple of threes.
The TY Tigers with 54 points in the first half. And a traveling violation on the inside. Reese Payne trying to attack the basket.
Well, I said both teams average around 14, 15 turnovers a game. I think Galion's going to reach their average at halftime. They've just had too many turnovers, too many. Some of them are forced, but a lot of them are unforced.
Speaking of forced, Brock Hill is forcing the Galion Tigers to be aware of where he is defensively. He hit his 3rd 3 of the first half, and the TY Tigers with 57 and 2 more fresh bodies up off the bench for Marquise Sykes.
We saw, because of Senior Day on Saturday, we saw a lot of Tigers play, and on my count, I think we already have 11 in today.
Everyone who has dressed has played in the first half for Marquise Sykes.
So let me.
Because Connor Nicholson now in the ball game on the right block.
Then let me change it and say on my count, 14 are in the game. Okay, maybe 15. I could have missed one.
Well, and that's a pleasant problem for a coach to have. As Shaw drives inside, offensive rebound up and in by Kyvie Roan. And the TY Tigers flirting with 60 here with 1.5 minutes to go in the opening half.
Well, Mansfield's getting anything they want now. Shoot till you miss, rebound.
Cooper
Everybody's running because they want to catch that ball and shoot it.
Connor Nicholson from outside. He's like, hey, I want to get in on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Kent for a long 3. And Cade Gibson clears the rebound.
All right, Brock, you got 3. You might as well shoot it.
Shaw with a nice take inside.
That was a nice take. Strong with his right hand, but had to come back with his left hand to shoot the layup.
First points of the season for Jamel Shaw. Ball out of bounds, and it will stay with Galion. Mansfield Senior 61, Galion 25.
Again, only a 6-point quarter so far for Galion.
Kent over Brock Hill.
Again, you see really good teams with under 30 seconds, they're going to go for the last shot. Galion that time just a little quick.
Kincaid Gibson, it goes off of his foot and out of bounds, and Galion gets it back with just about 5 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, they have a chance to get the ball down and get a good shot.
And Kent is fouled. That'll be team foul number 6 for Mansfield Senior.
Unlike Friday night, where I think at halftime we had about 25 team fouls.
Oh.
Tonight we have 12.
Yeah, the officials have let him play.
Which you find a lot in the tournaments. They're going to let you be more aggressive.
Last shot of the half does not go. The TY Tigers in control, 61-25 at the intermission. We'll be back to take a look at the halftime numbers right after this. You're watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Hi, I'm OH Report founder Brian Skoronsky, and you've just enjoyed first half action live and free exclusively right here on the OH Report. But stick around, still plenty more to come right here as our boys high school basketball returns after this.
Nope.
Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby.
It's Freedom Fest Ohio, featuring Justin Moore,
You look like I need a drink right now.
Crowder,
God almighty, I hope you'll find
Rodney Atkins,
makes me wanna take a back road.
Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware. Welcome to the Scout Construction Halftime Show. I am Brian Harder along with Greg Collins, and I got to be honest, I expected a little more out of the Galion Tigers in the second quarter, but I think the depth of Mansfield Senior toward the end of the first quarter and into the second really wore on the Galion Tigers.
Well, you're right, and we had Mansfield Friday night, and they played hard. Unfortunately, they did not get the win. We saw them Saturday afternoon. They played a very lackluster first quarter, but came out and played an outstanding second through fourth quarter. But obviously, they have not played that hard all year. Games that we've seen them play this weekend, Shelby, Worcester earlier in the year, they played hard. So I wasn't sure what senior high team was going to come out. But when you have a team, Mansfield has played a much tougher schedule than Galion. Mansfield has not been blown out. Galion has had some games where, this differential has been there before. They're still a young team, an inexperienced team with a staff that's still incorporating what they want to do. You figured if senior high came out and was playing hard that they would have their way, but my golly, they're getting layups. They're just beating Galion down the court, causing 17 turnovers. That is amazing. Senior high is not a team that forces turnovers. Tonight they are.
Now, Maurice Ware for Mansfield Senior with a quiet 13 for Maurice Ware. Brock Hill, though, 3 of 23 from the three-point line on the season.
Right.
Tonight, he's 3 for 3. He's got 13 at the half.
Yeah, but and I'll tell you, he's obviously a very good athlete, outstanding quarterback. He's played basketball all the way through, so he is an outstanding athlete. But when you're in this type of a game where things are clicking for you, and it's an up-and-down game with a lot of possessions, you feel a little bit more at ease shooting the three because if you miss, it's not the biggest thing. Now, we got a game score at halftime of Madison and Bowling Green 22-22. Well, you can, that low scoring, every possession matters.
That's right.
You miss a three there, that could be the differential in the basketball game. But, it's a little bit easier to shoot when you're up 25, 35 points. Take it from me because that's when my coach would allow me to shoot. So I know how that works.
Well, Mansfield Senior with a 30-point first quarter and a 31-point second quarter. And Carryon Lindsay said, whoa, we're not done.
No. But he is a good three-point shooter. Now, that was good ball reversal, good shot, but, again, very little ball pressure on the shooter. And where we've seen teams be effective with senior high, force them into the half court, take away dribble penetration, but still give as much pressure, get a hand up on the shooter, especially the shooters, as much as possible. There's a nice move. Nice take.
The foul inside and a three-point opportunity for Galion.
Reese Payne with a good move down the left lane and gets knocked, but still strong enough to get the ball up to the basket. Senior high Galion struggled in that second quarter, only scoring 6 points, 2 of them late in the free throw line. So it's good to start off this quarter with a basket.
Reese Payne is now 3 for 3 from the line. Mansfield Senior with a 64-28 lead. And very few things have gone wrong for the TY Tigers.
You better give him help. There we go.
Haney lays it up and in.
That was a nice shot. Nice pump fake from the corner. Get the defender up in the air, drive, and kind of go under a Galion player for the layup.
Cooper Kent for 3. And an offensive rebound and a putback good by Stephen Glue.
Well, we didn't talk much about the stats at halftime because obviously you look at the quarter at the score. Senior high hit 5 threes. We're saying there's a nice play. And I don't know
That wasn't a three.
That wasn't a three, and I don't know how you leave Maurice Ware open that much.
Well, we talked to Maurice Ware, and he hustles back at the defensive end, doesn't get the block, but Cooper Kent with a jumper from outside. They practice plays like that for Maurice Ware.
Well, he's so good hands. He hangs in the air. There's a nice short jumper by Elias, but
Kent at the other end. And Elias Owens battles for the rebound. Miles Bradley kicks it out to Haney. And I tell you what, every senior high Tiger just is shooting with so much confidence right now. And a push is going to be called on Maurice Ware.
Well, the point I wanted to make earlier before Maurice interrupted with that dunk, the first half, Mansfield Senior scores 61 points. They hit 5 threes. So as well as they shot from the three-point line, it was only 15 points out of the 61. It's still too much letting senior high get to the basket like they almost did right there.
Well, and Elias Owens was thinking about getting up there for a dunk. And they'll have to settle for taking the ball out of bounds. Mansfield Senior up by 40. Elias Owens on the inbound. And with all the frustration that Mansfield Senior had this season as another missed shot, but an offensive rebound up and in by Stephen Glue.
Another sophomore.
The TY Tigers would love nothing more than just to have a fresh start here in the tournament, and so far they're off to a really good start. Owens, he gets into the scoring column. And the Tigers are well on their way to 80 here, and we're not even at the end of the third quarter. Another steal.
Dribbling.
And Owens with a block shot, but over to Kent. Kent with an offensive rebound, and Galion cannot buy a break at the offensive end. Up ahead to Haney. Haney a little gimpy on the miss, and then a foul away from Haney. I believe they're going to call that on Reese Payne. And 5 fresh white jerseys and 5 fresh blue jerseys coming in for Galion. So both coaches now going to utilize their bench here in the third quarter. And have we seen the running clock this year?
Oh, that's right. No, I've never seen it. That's what Adam was trying to. Our producer's been trying to tell me something with sign language, which I don't even know the English language. How am I going to know sign language? And now that's very good, Brian. Adam, you got to talk to Brian, not me.
Foul on Malachi Johnson.
So I'm interested to find out. So obviously the continuous clock, even when
second half up 30.
When you go to the free throw line, also.
And a timeout only.
Only a timeout.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that very well could inhibit senior high from getting to 100 points.
Well, they're only 25 points away. And we got another fourth quarter to go yet.
Oh, do we play 4 quarters these days? Okay, that's another thing Adam's trying to tell me. Galion's done that a couple of times. Nice backdoor cuts, nice backdoor practice. You can tell they're well coached in that area.
Ball will stay at this end of the floor as we now approach a minute. Mansfield Senior up 75-35, and they will come back here on Friday night to take on the Shelby Whippets in a rematch of a game played at Pete Henry earlier this year, a game that was won by Shelby, but Mansfield Senior really played well in that game. In fact, they played well enough to win.
Well, they did. That was an instant classic. Senior High put on a show in the first half. Shelby put on a better show in the second half, won the game, but you're right. It's going to be an entertaining sectional final.
Shelby had a lot of, I think they learned a lot about themselves in that game, and it was a game they fell behind, but they clawed their way back, and it's one of those games they hung around.
Yeah, they did. They did. You know, we had Shelby against Ashland. Same thing. They just hung around, and in the fourth quarter they pulled it out. Shelby, obviously the number 2 seed, obviously a very good basketball team. But
Rock Hill, 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
And that will do it. 3 quarters in the books. We are 8 minutes away from the sectional final. It's all TY Tigers, 78-35. You're watching boys high school tournament basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report. We are back here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. The TY Tigers on top 80-35, and we have commandeered the mascot for the Galion TI Tigers, and everybody in Mansfield wants to know why you spell it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, we spell it right.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. The Mansfield Tigers, they put up a very well game, and I love our boys a lot. They have put up a fight for this whole season, and I just love the TI Tigers so much.
I'm sure you do. Now, I got to ask you, I have a good friend, Tony the Tiger.
Oh.
Do you know Tony?
I mean, he might be on the list.
You Tigers don't get together and have a group?
That'd be the coolest thing ever.
Oh, I think so.
That would be.
Now, if you did, would you invite a TY Tiger, or is it exclusively TI?
I would absolutely invite all of the Tigers.
Okay,
all
good.
Of them.
You can have Massillon in it, and, you bring Massillon down, you got a whole Tiger thing going on.
Yeah.
Well, if I see Tony, I'll tell him you said hello.
All right, send him my way.
Yeah, I will. I think he's black and orange, though. Not orange and blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, thanks for coming up here to see us,
All
and
right.
good luck the rest of the game, and good luck next year.
All right, thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Back to the live action as Mansfield Senior with 82 on the board here with 6:22 to go in the fourth quarter.
And we missed something, Brian. They all cheered, and I don't think it was our interview with the Tiger.
I don't think it was
Yeah,
the
I think
interview
it was
with the
something
Tiger
else,
either.
but that figures. I'm always missing the good stuff. There you go. Adam, our producer, got a picture, a selfie with he and the Tiger. He is so happy.
I just don't want the Tiger to fall down the steps with those big feet
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
as she's walking down the stairs. She obviously, with a lot of school spirit, she still loves her Tigers, even though they're struggling tonight.
Well, and she should. She should be very proud in the Galion community. I mean, they've come a long way. Again, you made the comment, 2 years without winning a game. Well, it's not like a light switch. You know, it's not like college where you can go out and recruit, 2, 3, 4 players. it's a process. And to win 5 games in Coach's first year, I'm sure. Yeah, I hope this just doesn't put a damper on what they were able to do this season.
3-point attempt by Carson Frankhouse doesn't go. Carson Frankhouse, one of those sophomores that they really like in this class. Jacob Legrand with a miss, but an offensive putback by Amon Thomas. The TY Tigers with 84.
And Galion keeps shooting.
Kyvie Roan pushes it up the floor, so it's Gibson, Roan, Legrand, Thomas, and Brock Hill on the floor for Marquis Sykes. Up ahead to Kyvie Roan. And Roan with a layup, and we're at 86 with 4.5 to go. And
starting to look a little bit like YMCA now, where people are kind of hanging out close to half court so they can get a run out. And hopefully somebody will throw them the ball for a layup.
That's what I do.
Well, exactly. That's
I live at half court. Ball taken away by Kyvie Roan. And tried to go up ahead to Gibson. It goes out of bounds, and the Galion Tigers will get it back. Connor Nicholson in and Jermel Shaw. And it's also a good opportunity for Marquis Sykes to get a lot of these other guys some playing time and some minutes as they head into the tournament. And you never know when one of these other guys could be called upon.
Well, you're exactly right. One injury away, and he likes to play his bench. So if you're the 9th man, you move up to number 8, more playing time.
Jermel
J.J.
Shaw goes to the basket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line looking for a 3-point play.
Now, I'll tell you, J.J., I got a chance to meet him last spring. I helped with an AAU program, and J.J. played for the AAU program, and he would come in early to work with the younger kids, and I was so impressed. He was so good with them. I just loved the kid. I was so happy to hear that he's going to continue his education at the University of Toledo, and he's going to be success in whatever he decides to do. Right now, it sounds like he wants to be an engineer. I was confused. I thought it was going to be an engineer on a train, but he said no. He said, no, it's not going to be that.
Quinn Miller, the freshman, gets the jumper for Galion at the other end. And the TY Tigers at 89 with 2.5 minutes to go. And the players are thinking about 100.
Well, they are.
Shaw puts up a jumper that doesn't go. Up ahead, and a layup by the freshman Quinn Miller. So Miller with 5 points here in the fourth quarter. And Kyvie Roan with an offensive rebound. And a timeout called with 2:08 to go, and Mansfield Senior up 91-42. Now, I get nervous late in blowouts when a timeout gets called after watching Michigan play Wisconsin last weekend. And
yeah, and I know you're a Michigan fan. And
I was disappointed, very disappointed in my boy.
That was a disappointing situation, but very, very unfortunate.
I think he's been good for the program, and it was very shocking to just see how that whole thing unfolded.
Well, exactly. And I really think that the Big Ten, the commissioner, got it right. I think suspension for the regular season that's adequate. If they would have included the Big Ten tournament, I'd have been okay with that. But, that's enough.
Oswald misses from outside. Up ahead to Nicholson. And Nicholson traveled.
Now, Brian, think back to the early in the season. Friday night, first game, we watch Senior High beat a good Worcester team. The next night, they travel to Lima Senior and beat a state-ranked Lima Senior team. That's 2 wins beginning of the season. Now they're coming 2 wins this weekend. Unfortunately, those 18, 19 games in between, not so good.
Well, but the good thing about the tournament Marquis Sykes can go to the board and say none of that matters now.
Well, exactly right.
It's win or go home.
And I think an advantage, now they have a game under their belt on this court.
Hudson Miller with a jumper from outside as we approach the final minute. And a foul on the drive to the basket.
Brian, you got to choose an MVP, and it's going to be a little tougher tonight.
Well, I think it's got to be Brock Hill.
I was going to say, Brock Hill has done well.
We've had the opportunity to talk to Brock Hill during football season, and he has really, I think, he gave Maurice Ware a lot of offensive help there. I mean, I know they got contributions from everybody in that first half, but his perimeter shooting really, I think, was the difference.
4 threes, that's a pretty good night.
93-45, and that is going to do it. The Tigers of Mansfield Senior will advance to the sectional final to take on the Shelby Whippets on Friday night. And that is a game that you can see right here on OH Report. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our Scout Construction postgame show right after this. You've been watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Nope.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby.
It's Freedom Fest Ohio, featuring Justin Moore,
You look like I need a drink right now.
Crowder,
God Almighty, I hope you'll find
Rodney Atkins,
makes me wanna take a back road.
Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Very nice look to Denbo.
Beautiful behind the back move. Oh my goodness, ankle breaker. And it's the shot. Wow.
Being aggressive and traveling, or trapping.
Inside to Holloway.
2-on-2 fast break. Ramsey has it, takes it herself off the glass, and Crestview comes back.
The exclamation point on the night for Maurice Ware. Welcome to our Scout Construction post-game show. I am Brian Harder along with Greg Collins. And, well, Mama said there'd be days like this.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, the first quarter, it seemed like Galion at least was able to score. Defensively, they had a difficult time giving up 30 points, but at least they were able to score. But after the first quarter, Senior continued with their way offensively and made stops defensively, and the game got out of reach in a hurry.
Mansfield Senior, of course, with a 93-45 win over the Galion Tigers, and they will get that 6th win of the season, and they'll advance to play Shelby, and you're gonna hear all the talk about the rematch and everything that happened at Pete Henry, and I think the Tigers of Mansfield Senior are going to go into that game with a lot of confidence.
Well, they should. You know, they've won 2 straight, but they've been playing some very good basketball. Number one. Number two, they outplayed Shelby the first time in the first half, and for whatever reason, adjustments, who knows, Shelby just outplayed Mansfield in the second half, where Mansfield just didn't have a shot. But I think it's going to be a good basketball game.
Final numbers here, Mansfield Senior with 32 twos, 8 threes. They out-rebounded Galion 33-24, only turned the ball over 8 times. The first quarter was a little sloppy, and we kind of wondered where the game was going to go, but then the TY Tigers dug in, and it was all brown and orange from there.
That's got to be a season best for Mansfield Senior, only 8 turnovers, and that might be the worst for Galion. They're averaging around 13 or 14. Really a better second half for Galion in handling the ball. I know we had a running clock, so it was a shorter second half, but, you know, Galion just had a difficult time handling the basketball against Senior's pressure.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back with our Bo Lacey player of the game. Right after this, you've been watching boys high school basketball live and free exclusively on the OH Report.
Nope.
Ooh, baby, 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 baby.
It's Freedom Fest Ohio, featuring Justin Moore,
You look like I need a drink right now.
Crowder,
God Almighty, I hope
Whitney Atkins, Austin French, and more. Friday and Saturday, July 1st and 2nd, Morrow County Fairgrounds in Mount Gilead, Ohio. For tickets and more info, visit freedomfestohio.com.
Time now for our Bo Lacey player of the game, and this one was really a no-brainer to think about. Senior Brock Hill, I don't know what you had for breakfast today, but whatever it was, Coach Sykes is going to want you to eat that on Friday because you really brought your A game tonight here. Congratulations. 18 points. You led Mansfield Senior to a big win over the Galion Tigers. Just talk about, it seemed like everything that you guys wanted to do offensively clicked tonight. What was it that just made everything so magical?
We got the ball up in transition. We were all hitting shots. We were moving the ball, and those are the things that we've needed to happen throughout the whole season, but they all clicked tonight, and that's what we can do.
Now, I know it's been a frustrating season for you guys. Only 5 wins coming into the postseason. What was the mood this week? Was it, we're just going to put the regular season behind us and we're going to start fresh? What was the attitude and the approach leading up to tonight?
Yeah, we just kind of put the season in the past. We came in Monday twice. We got good work in, and then Tuesday we came in, got a good walkthrough, and we just kind of look back and learn from everything from the regular season, try to put it all together for this tournament run.
Well, now you got a shot at a rematch with Shelby, and it was a team that you guys played with on your home floor.
Yep.
You've had an opportunity to play here on Bucyrus's floor. You guys have to feel pretty good going into that matchup.
Yep, we feel really good. I mean, we had them in the first half, and we know we can beat them, so we're glad we got our get back.
Well, congratulations on that win. Now, Maurice Ware is going to be upset because we're now giving swag with our player of the game. So congratulations. You get a sweatshirt, you get a pin there, and a Frisbee. So congratulations to Brock Hill, our Bo Lacey player of the game, and good luck Friday night.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Brock Hill, our player of the game, 18 points, including 4 for 4 from the three-point line, as Mansfield Senior gets a big 93-45 win. And as soon as I saw that sweatshirt, that's the first thing I thought. Mo Rare is going to go, where's my stuff?
Well, yeah, because I thought this postgame show was called the Maurice Ware postgame show, interview. He's always been our MVP when the Tigers win, but tonight deservedly Brock won it.
Well, he obviously came in and was a big offensive factor for the Tigers, but as he said, everybody came in and they were hitting shots, and you mentioned it during the game. Once you get into that, then everybody just kind of feeds off of it.
Well, when you get a little bit of a lead and you know it's going to be a lot of possessions, it's a little bit easier to shoot the basketball, and Senior High shot the ball well. We'll see come out Friday night, will they be able to shoot it as well with a team that's got a little bit more size? Probably, I would think, they're not going to let Senior High run like they did tonight. They did the first half against Senior High, Shelby did, and didn't have much success against Senior. Second half, they stopped Senior High transition, made it a half-court game, and ran away with it in the second half. So it'll be interesting to see if Senior High has these breakouts Friday night as they did tonight.
Now, we know Greg Galloway and his staff were here. They were watching this game, and he's probably thinking, you can leave 45 of those points here tonight and leave some of that offense here so we can have a shot on Friday night, because if the TY Tigers come out on Friday as they did tonight, that could be an entertaining game on Friday night for a sectional final.
Well, it could be, and I still think it's an advantage to have a game under your belt in the tournament on this court where they're going to come back and play on Friday night. So that's going to help Senior High, and they're playing for a championship now. They didn't get a chance to play, from midseason on. It was obvious they were not going to play for a conference title. Now they get to play for a sectional title.
Well, with the win, Mansfield Senior is now 6-15, and Galion ends the season 5-18. The final score tonight, Mansfield Senior 93 and Galion 45. The TY Tigers advance to play Shelby Friday night at 5:30 in a game that you can see right here on OH Report. Our pregame starts at 8:15. Our thanks to Adam Thompson and the fine camera work courtesy of Jory Hollenbeck. Excuse me. Most of all, our thanks to you for joining us. Once again, the final score, Mansfield Senior 93 and Galion 45.